Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we find ourselves deserted on Arabia to witness a match between two titans of the game. In blue, spawning as the Berbers, we have Villese, and in red, spawning as the Saracens, we have Yo. I think the last video of Villese that I cast, I called him Villese, so if that's incorrect, I think it's incorrect, I do apologize. And while the players explore their immediate surroundings, look for herdables, basically try to go up to feudal as fast as possible, let's take a look at their respective civs. Now, with the Berbers, it's all about speed, because when you feel the need for speed, there's one civ that you should always consider playing. Villagers, ships move 10% faster, cavalry units from the stables are 15 to 20% cheaper starting in the Castle Age, and a very cool feature, if you research it in Imperial, the camel units do regenerate. So, this is one of those civs in the game that has two unique units, not just one. The first one, super cool, the camel archer. As you can imagine by the name, it's an archer that sits atop a camel with an attack bonus against other cavalry archers. Not other mounted units in general, but specifically cavalry archers. I think it's a +4 attack for the standard camel archer, and then +6 when you upgrade to elite. Now, because it's a camel archer, it does benefit from the upgrade that allows camel units to regenerate, which is super cool, and it's very fast. It's a super fast unit, so perfect for sniping, perfect for kiting, especially if your opponent goes infantry. Cavalry archers can decimate an entire infantry line, shoot, retreat, that kind of strategy. The second unique unit, the Genitor, I hope I'm saying that right, basically a skirmisher that's mounted on a horse. Nothing more complicated than that. Exactly the same bonuses and weaknesses as a normal skirmisher, except faster, more capable of doing hit and runs. So as you can imagine, the Berber Civ, lots of very fast mounted units available, and not only fast, by the way, also powerful. The Berbers have access to all the blacksmith upgrades, all the attack upgrades, all the defensive upgrades. Plus, they have ballistics, chemistry, thumb ring, bloodlines, husbandry, all that good stuff. So, a very fast, hard-hitting civ. Let's see how our Saracen player handles them. Speaking of Saracens, above average camels and mangonels, their foot archers do get a small bonus against buildings. Their market is cheaper, and if you played the game, you know their unique unit is this the Mameluke. Now, Mameluke, very important, does not have any attack bonus against other camel units, which means that the Berbers are pretty safe, because if you're going to see camel archers, if you're going to see camels from the stable that are cheaper, if your Saracen opponent decides to go unique unit, know that there are no attack bonuses against any kind of camel. So, will be interesting to see how the players decide to proceed in this one. Will we even see Mamelukes, or will Yo know that they're not that useful against camel units? Sorry, will we see Mamelukes, I meant. And right off the bat, I would give the civ advantage here to Villese, just because of all the reasons, I stated above. The Saracens' strength is countering cavalry, but if that cavalry happens to be camel-based, their bonus disappears. So, Villese has a very fast, hard-hitting civ. We'll see if Yo decides to go aggressive, or if he decides to sit back and kind of respect what Villese puts out on the field first and then decides to counter that. In any event, though, civs are, what civ you spawn is just one of many factors that dictates your success in the game. Just because you spawn what I consider to be a better civ for a 1v1 match doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win. 1,000,001 factors. So let's see the players' bases, and then we can move along and focus on their economic macro, their military micro, their decision-making, their strategy, their implementation, all the good stuff that makes Age of Empires so much fun to watch. So, excuse me, I apologize. I am just about over my cold, so I hope that's the last time you hear me clearing my throat. Villese's base, completely open. I mean, we have the benefit of hindsight now that he's built up a palisade wall to the north, and he's built several houses and now a barracks to the south, but take a look at his map here. Along the right side in the bottom of your screen, completely open. That being said, Yo is not in a much better position. He's closed off at the front, and by the front I mean the part that's pointing towards his enemy base. but the left and the right side of his base also completely open. A couple of higher elevations here that I would claim first so that your enemy doesn't claim and do extra bonus damage. If you don't know by now, units in Age of Empires that are on a higher elevation deal damage plus 25% to units that are below. And units that are below deal minus 25% damage to units that are above. So, given the opportunity, always seek the high ground. Let's see, Villese, has a mount, but it's at the back of the base. So I don't see Yo unless he breaks in through the side or the back and claims this high ground. I think Villese is in a much safer position here. Look how flat his surrounding area is. But immediately in between the bases, I'm going to zoom out. An entire ridge, an escarpment of mountains here. So whoever claims the middle portion of the map will have an attack advantage, assuming they decide to build on the mountains. Now, given the elos of the players, Villese at 2643, Yo at 2616, I'm assuming they don't need Isaac to tell them to put their units on the high ground. I assume the second they see so much high ground in the middle, I'm hoping we get to see a nice, fun, contested battle over this territory, or some kind of blood on the dance floor, but we'll see. For now, both players at feudal, both players sitting at exactly the same villager count, 23 going up to 24, 25, and Villese has 2 scout cavalry in production. Yo has 3 already. So let's see what the players have seen of each other's bases. This is Villese's line of sight. He's seen the very perimeter, has not gone and looked at the chocolatey inside of Yo's base, but does he really need to if he's seen the outside perimeter? So he knows that Yo does not have a lot of area that's closed off. That being said, right as I remove the fog of war, we can see Yo is actually carving out a nice juicy chunk of the map for himself. And hopefully, maybe that means he's planning on booming. We'll see what that means. Let's take a look at his vision. Much worse than Villese's. Look at that. So he's seen the front of Villese's base, but the side and the north part completely in the dark. So for now, Yo is focusing more on a defensive play by walling off. Villese focusing, I think, more on the offensive play. Even though he has fewer military, he's 4 to Yo's 5. And let's see what happens here. We have a small engagement here between scout cavalry. Yo manages to chase it away. I think Villese obviously is, 4 to 3. You don't engage into that. Plus, 2 of your scouts are at half health. Villese going out on the map. I like the 2 spearmen here. Just as I was saying that, I said I like the idea of having the 2 spearmen just wait near the gold because this is going to be raided. Or that your scouts are leading Yo's scouts into a trap. But the second I say that, he moves his spear. Let's see this dance, this tango of units, if anyone can get one up over the other. For now, Yo disengages, exploring, sees some woodcutters, tries to break in. We'll see if he manages to get it. I don't think he will. Feudal Age aggression is so weak, but it manages to distract one villager instead of harvesting resources, is spending resources and time. So a good decision here by Yo. Villese runs into a clump of trees, waits for a moment, and then says, you know what, let me try to explore other avenues because this one's closed. Explores another avenue, sees that it's closed also. So he's going to run into a nice wall off here by Yo. Huge chunk wall off. Look at that. I think this is what? A 6th, a 7th of the map? He might have a hard time defending this by the time you get your villager here. Look at this. Yeah, he's got to hustle. Palisade at almost half strength. Yeah, gets there in time. I think I overestimated how strong these scout cavalry are attacking on a 5. Very weak. So, here we go. Now, Yo is back home. He's got the numbers advantage. 5 to 3. Villese has to back off, but we'll see if he tries to lead Yo into another trap here. Cowardly lion, just watching from the high ground. Let's see. No, Yo's paying attention, so he knows. He's seen this trick already tried in this game. He knows, oh, there you go. Look at the quick disengage by him. Fantastic micro by both players. One trying to trap the other trying to not fall into a trap. Behind this, both players going up to castle, about a 30 in-game second advantage to Villese, who is getting cavalry upgrades, while Yo is getting archer upgrades. So, we'll see what that means for our players once we get to castle. Sometimes when I... Oh, well, don't attack the lion just because he's there. Animal cruelty out of Villese. Poor lion wasn't doing anything to anybody. Paid the ultimate price. But here we go. Bad engage for Yo. Unless he was just intending to sacrifice one or two of these scout calves so that the archers could kill the spearmen. Okay, 1 spearman for 1 cavalry, 2 for 2. Another. Overall, a good trade for Yo. Lost a few cavalry, but took out a huge chunk of Villese's army. Villese is down to 1 military unit, which is this half-dead scout cav. That being said, I don't think he cares too much because the knights are out with their little shields and their big swords. Tower helping to defend. Yeah, Yo has to back away. His archers are weak and they're half dead. Between them, they have the HP of 1 archer. 1 archer gets caught out in the middle of the desert. So he's not making it home. Condolences to his family. University going down for Yo. We'll see what upgrades he chooses to go for. He's going up to crossbow. He's going archers. Monastery going down for our Berber player. Our blue Berber. That's going to be a very hard thing for me to say. 4 knights and a monk against 11 crossbows. I would say advantage knights in that case. Assuming all the units are at full health. We have a +2 attack upgrade on the crossbows, but we do have a +1 defense on the knights. So these are tankier than the average scout cav, of course. So they're going to take a lot more of a bruising before they go down. Okay, out on the map with a siege workshop. We'll see what that's for. Probably a mangonel since he sees his opponents going archers. Yeah, ballistics going down for our red Saracen. So he intends to go archers, at least for the next foreseeable future. I don't know if he's going to stick with archers. Oh no, I was wrong. It's for a scorpion. Also a good weapon, a good unit to zone out archer units. Can plow through 5 or 6 of these at a time. Okay. Yo just kind of very gently tiptoeing around Villese's base. I think he wants to explore. I think he wants to get more map vision, but he knows he has to be careful because 6 crossbows, 2 of whom are half dead, are not going to stand a chance against any real quantity of knights. Even though even half of this would take out those crossbows. So forward base here for Villese. Second town center also going down for Yo. Good call to put it next to the wood line. I mean, you can always put a mining camp here. I don't think you need... more important at this stage right now is wood. So he's sitting on only 190 wood. He's got to get that... get the numbers up. Nice trying to find a way in. So far, both players taking a bit of a passive approach to the game. Expanding in their respective directions. Blue towards red. Red towards the back. So like I said in the beginning, I suspected Yo is taking a bit of a more defensive stance right now. He's going up to 21 crossbows. So I don't know if he expects knights. I don't know if he expects cavalry or infantry. Always, when you don't know what's going on, 21 crossbows is a decent choice when you're in the dark. Because he really is in the dark. He has not seen any of this forward position. Look at this. He has not seen any of this. Oh, he's going to get a monk. Gets the monk. Amazing. I would love, in addition to things like APM, which if you take a look at the bottom right of your screen, is close to 100 for both players. Oh, these crossbows have to get to the high ground. They have to get the hell out of here. They're going to get surrounded. They're going to die. Oh, no. Let's just listen to the carnage. That's just brutal. So of the original crossbows, he loses all of them. But here come the camels, attack bonus against the knight. but 1-on-4 is not going to do anything. And here comes Vilese's army. Let's see if it manages to poke its way into Yo's base. Yo, in the meantime, Villese building a third town center. Yo already has his third town center up in a forward position. So it's a good position in terms of resources because you have the gold on the right, the tree line on the left, but it's very vulnerable. I mean, look at the mangonel can park itself here, and there's nothing that Villese or Yo can do to attack it. I mean, these crossbows are not going to get rid of that mangonel. Yeah, he's got to get more into camel. He's got to get his own knights out. So he's building 2 knights. He needs something that like a brute force unit, because these crossbows are great at sniping. They're great at zoning certain units out, but they do not have the punch needed to get rid of this army. I mean, look at this. 9 knights out for Villese. So he's using that stable 15% cheaper units. Oh, well, don't let him into the base. Okay. Door luckily shuts behind him. Not sure why Villese is disengaging here. You've got a stable that's about to die. You've got a town center that's super exposed. But as I was saying, he put the foot on the gas pedal, got the stables up, takes advantage of that 15% discount, and is just pumping out knights. He's going up to 13 knights. Lucky Templar 13 against 12 crossbows. So, advantage here for blue. I mean, okay, he gets the monk. I don't think the monk was super important at this stage. I would have rather, instead of all that time that you were walking around and aiming, I would have rather taken out 2 or 3 knights. But yeah, Yo is just being swamped here. This is what I mean about the speed of the Berbers. I mean, look at this. Anything Yo puts out, he's at 0 army supply. Anything he puts out is just immediately swamped. The castle going down in the front, fantastic. This is what I was talking about. Great positioning for the town center for resources. Horseshit positioning in terms of defensibility. Because what can he do now? There's nothing he can do. Oh my god, going for the villager convert. We got a spy in our midst. Just observing everything. Like a Cold War era novel. Jean Le Carré. We have a spy in our midst. The knights are in. Will they go in all the way? Or will they respect the castle? The only thing that I can think of that would make Villese double think or consider or reconsider just pushing into Yo's base is the fact that he's gone full knight. Now, to quote Robert Downey Jr. in that movie, never go full knight when you're playing Saracens, because once these, I mean, I'm hoping he produces a Mameluke. There we go, the first one's on the map. They will go through Tropic Thunder, that's the movie. Sorry, it takes me a while to remember, but quoting Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, never go full knights against a Saracen player, because 6 or 7 Mamelukes and this entire force of knights, all 14 knights, are shredded like confetti. And Yo is going up to 4 Mamelukes. He's probably going to get more. They are expensive, but he does have the resource. He does have the food, the gold for them. But here, the first 2 are coming out. They're going to catch the mangonel. Fantastic split by them. And look at this. 1, 2, 3 shots. And the mangonel's gone. So, oh no. Found himself a juicy... So he's choosing, you know what? I'm going to ignore the knights. Let them run around these garrison town centers. They're not going to accomplish much. Maybe get a couple of villagers. I'm going to get my own villager kills. Going up to 6 Mamelukes. Once he hits 6, it's going to be trouble here for Villese. Now, I like to see the camel archers, but like I said in the beginning, they do not have an attack upgrade, or rather an attack bonus against Mamelukes, because Mamelukes are camels, technically. Plus, let's see the speed. Mamelukes 1.54. I think those are 1. No, they're all same exact speed. Okay. I was going to say 1.44, but I was wrong. Let's take a look at this sniping. Already 1, 2 knights dead. 3 knights dead in exchange for literally almost no HP lost. What a fantastic trade here for Yo. Fantastic trade. Okay. Well, don't just stand there eating shots. And don't attack from the low ground either. Okay, camel, death sounds left, right, and center. He's got to be careful, though. These Mamelukes are going to die. You don't want to waste them. They're so expensive. And you're only sitting on 4. Now you're going up to 6. Town center finally does go down. Not a big loss. There's no, you know, a little bit of wood, some gold. He still has enough gold here in the back that he can mine it safely. Plus, he was mining here right up until this castle went up. So Villese putting on the pressure. Yo would be wise here to wait just a few seconds to see what Yo would be wise to see what Villese is going up to, because Villese is going Imperial. He's getting Thumb Ring. That suggests to me he's interested in Camel Archers. But here comes the first Treb. Yeah, once he hit Imperial, I think Yo made the right move. Yo was very far away from Imperial. I don't know if he canceled at the last moment. Let me rewind for a quick second. Why does he have all those resources banked up? No, he didn't cancel. So he was going up to Imperial, but the time advantage that Villese had, already producing 2 Trebs. Yo knows how this story goes. I mean, he put up a valiant defense here. This is what I was saying. If you go full knights, you're gonna suffer, because these Mamelukes are gonna shred you to pieces. You saw what they did to the knights that were doing hit and runs to the left here. But yeah, good decision by Yo to GG. I mean, the writing's on the wall. Your opponent is at sitting at what, 1,400 points advantage. If you take a look at the bottom right of your screen, your opponent has killed 61 of your units to your 30, so you've done half the damage. Your opponent's in your base, going to be annoying, going to tax your micro, demand a lot of attention, and you're not in Imperial yet. And this castle is not going to survive. I mean, he has 590 stone, which is good, but once this castle falls, I mean, what does he have left? He's got 2 archery ranges and a stable. And once that castle falls, the Mamelukes are no longer an option. When the Mamelukes are no longer an option, he can start re-spamming heavy cavalry units. These cavalry archers, I wish we got to see them more in action. They have 3 kills, but they can decimate this whole mineral patch in, what, 30 seconds? If left unchecked. So good decision here by Yo. Fantastic aggressive play here by Villese. Really playing to the strengths of the Berbers. As I said, very fast, very hard-hitting unit. I was worried for a second for him once I saw 6 Mamelukes spawning, but instead of engaging militarily, he macroed economically, got to Imperial first, and Yo said, you know what, I'm down in villagers, my army is non-existent, and the only counter unit I have is soon not going to be available to me, because I know you're going Trebs, and I know that this castle is not going to survive, or if it survives, it's going to take 8 or 9 villagers, maybe even all 11, to keep it alive. All the while, they're not mining, you're mining, I'm wasting stone. So live to fight another day. Fantastic game by both players. Villese even stealing his stone. 2 front castles, archery range, thumb ring. Yeah, Villese was just making all the right moves here. But like I said in the beginning, when you spawn Saracens against Berbers, you know you're going to have a bit of a hard time, just because they have so much available to them. I mean, Saracens are the nice, perfect anti-cavalry, have the nice, perfect anti-cavalry unit. Our guys, I think these are Mongolian camels, I want to say. Wouldn't make much sense, but they look kind of like it. But in any event, you have the perfect counter to cavalry, but it's the wrong kind of cavalry, because he's going to go camel units. And so Mamelukes are great, but they do no bonus damage against these guys. And these guys are fast. These guys are hard-hitting. They're already at a +2/+1 upgrade with Thumb Ring. Plus, look at the top left. He's getting Bracer. So these guys are going to basically run in and eviscerate mineral lines. He can park them to the left of this gold patch. He can park them here in the south. He can make life very unbearable for Yo. And Yo says, you know what? Too much for me. I'm going to live to fight another day. You take this one, GG. So fantastic play here by both players. Always love to see the Berbers just because they are so fast and so powerful and just, yeah, a very fluid civilization to watch. So if you enjoyed the video, please feel free, like, comment, subscribe, enable notifications, all that good stuff, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.